I went from 146 kg down to 83 kg in about 10 months. My clothing size went from like 3, 4XL down to like size L now. My name is Daryl. I'm 33 years old this year. I'm in the media industry and I used to be very overweight. I've always been like the fattest kid in the class. So I've always been the chubby friend in my social circle. So it's something that I've been living with throughout my life. And my heaviest, I was about 146 kg. So that was about 1 year plus ago when I decided to lose the weight. I think last time, like, you know, if my friends ask me to go shopping, then if I walk past a shop that sells like big size clothing, I always get like called by them, hey, you should come in here, you know, we have your size, you know, which I feel singled out lah, you know, for my size. Let's say I went to the lift much earlier than anybody else, but then the lift start to beep, you know, there's overweight. Then everybody will turn their head and look at me. You know, they'll, even though I'm inside first, and they'll expect me like, oh, it's the fat guy that caused the lift to be overweight. There was once I was helping out in a studio also, in a photo shoot. They were photographing coffins for a product shoot. But one of the staff made a passing comment and said that, hey, you know, next time if you need coffin, right, you need to custom make a coffin. You cannot get off the shelf. You know, and people were like laughing and sniggering around. It was definitely something very hurtful because, you know, even though this incident is like more than 10 years ago, it's something that I still remember, and it's quite upsetting to hear. I think these are things that I had to grow up with. After the first circuit breaker, right, you know, where I gained more than 10 kg, I was already like 140 plus kilos. So back then, I was diagnosed with like high blood pressure. I was also diagnosed with diabetes and high cholesterol. And the doctor was sharing with me that, you know, it's not too late for me to make a change. You know, there are very drastic changes I could take. You know, I could go with a very invasive kind of surgery, like a bariatric surgery, to basically reduce the size of my stomach so that I would eat less and then lose weight. But, you know, after what the doctor told me, I was thinking to myself that, you know, right now I'm already in my early 30s, and if I don't do something about it, I don't know if I have the energy or the willpower to do something like this in future, to make a whole lifestyle change. You know, I don't know if I have like other commitments that will hinder this progress for me. So that's when I decided, you know, this is the right time to do it. So the very first thing that we did was to actually go with a diet. Yeah, so we started off with caloric restriction. In the beginning, I only had like 600 calories for the whole day. To put in perspective, 600 calories is probably like a serving of chicken rice. Basically, I was doing like a 8-16 kind of fast, which means I am only able to eat in an 8-hour window and fast for the next 16 hours. Within the first 2 months, that was when the weight drop was quite significant. You know, with just dieting, I'm able to lose 10 plus kg very easily. I think the first week itself was a real nightmare. You know, you come up, your stomach keep growling because, you know, you feel so hungry. But after a week, you know, you start to feel much better, and you start to get used to this. I went from 146 kg down to 83 kg in about 10 months. My clothing size went from like 3, 4XL down to like size L now. So in between, I realized I had to spend quite a bit, because like when I'm in between sizes, you know, I don't know how much, or rather how far I'll go. So I have to keep buying clothes. So like I had to buy some clothing in 2XL, then XL, then L. Yeah, I only thought that I'll go down in size in like clothing and like my pants, but I also went down in size in shoes. So I used to wear like size 13 shoes, so now I wear size 11. shop more than my girlfriend, and then she complains. Like this is a new experience for me, like, wow, and like, this one looks nice,
You're a shopaholic now.
a little bit. Right now, I'm no longer suffering from those chronic illnesses. I'm not on any medication now. So it's definitely something that I'm quite happy with. Back then when I was much heavier, I don't get many matches on dating apps. But as I lost weight and I started to get a lot of matches, I always think that if the person really cares about you, or if the person really likes you, then your appearance is not important. However, that's not really very reflective of my experience on like dating apps. I still feel that society is very superficial, and we are judged by our appearance and our outlook. It's good to be very confident with your body image, but if it gets to a point where you're ignoring all your health, you must understand that when you are overweight or when you are laden with all these health issues, you're not the only one that's suffering. It's the people around you that suffers more. I think you really have to be motivated by the people around you. You really have to feel that you don't want to burden the people around you. I'm already in my 30s. I don't want to burden my mom, who is much older than me. In fact, I should be the one who is like being concerned with her health and taking care of her, rather than she still being worried about my health and my livelihood. That's very important. That was something that really got to me.